Yo guys, welcome to today's video. You remember your grandpa telling you, oh, this new generation are just a bunch of pussies? Well, maybe he's right, but not in Defira. In Defira, the next generation will always be stronger than the previous one. Let's dive in how that exactly works.
With the Defira fam, stay right where you are. This game has more addicts than Pablo Escobar. With the Defira fam, check out this awesome art. Like, subscribe, and let the party start.
If it's your first time visiting the channel, my name is Loop and I bring you all the freshest Defira content around. If you want to stay up to date with Defira and never miss any important news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Today we're going to talk about generations and how it affects your stats. But before we start off, I want to give a special shout out to our math wizard Phi, who provided me with all the mathematic information in this video. Before we start off, I want to show you where you can find the generation of your hero, so there will be no misconceptions about this. You can check the generation of your hero on the bottom side of your hero card, just below the displayed hero. There are 10 generations of heroes in Defira, starting with generation 0 all the way up to generation 9. But what exactly does generation mean stat-wise for your hero? When calculating the stats of your hero, several factors play a role. One of these factors is the generation. Every generation you increase will receive 10% bonus stats on top of the base stats as a multiplier. Let's start at the beginning. What are base stats? Depending on the race and class of your hero will have certain base stats. These are the stats that will be used in the calculation to determine the final stats of your hero. The site before you now is built by Phi, which includes a lot of useful tools for Defira. On the top right, you will see stats. Then you click Hero Stats, and here you can mix and match what kind of heroes you want to see the stats of. Let's do a quick example. Let's say you have a generation 1 SS warrior, which has close to 200 attack, which is the most important role. Now let's compare it to a generation 6 common hero. You will see it almost has the same stats. That means it will be roughly as good in jobs and quests as the SS tier of generation 1 would be, but I guess it will be way cheaper. So getting a generation 6 common is roughly the same as getting a generation 1 SS tier. Do remember guys, the generation 1 SS tier has way more wishes and a way higher wishing potential to receive higher rarity offspring, so it could be way more valuable. But just for the use of jobs and quests, that generation 6 might well be worth it. I will leave a link to this useful tool in the description below. You can check a lot of useful things out, like look up the stats of your heroes, including the hero genes, wishing calculators, and a lot more. I really urge you to check it out. And with that covered, let's dive a little bit more in how you can calculate the generation of your offspring. In most games, it will always be a higher generation, but Defira did a little math behind the scenes, so let's dive into that. If you wish with two heroes of a different generation, the results will be based on the following formula. Generation of the first parent plus the generation of the second parent divided by 2 plus 1. So for example, if you attempt a wishing ritual with a Gen 3 and a Gen 7 hero, the math looks like this. 3 plus 7 equals 10 divided by 2 plus 1. So the generation of the offspring will be a generation 6 hero. On screen now, we show you a table that shows you the outcome of every possible wishing pair. Make sure that you are aware of this before wishing with your higher generation heroes. Higher generation heroes will only have a couple of wishes, so you don't want to waste any of them. And that was all we had about generations for today, guys. We plan to do a lot more of these short videos going more in depth on certain topics. So if you have one of those topics you want explored further, leave them in the comments below and we will do a video on it. Also guys, if you're invested in Defira and you want to make the most out of your time there, make sure you join the Defira fam. Most of the information I provide to you in these videos has come forth from discussions we have on our Discord server. So if you want to have all the information directly, make sure you join there. If you found this video helpful, leave a like. And with all that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you guys in the next video. Later guys.
Give me Fira, papi.